Bright lights city, gonna set my soul on fire. Welcome to Las Vegas, the entertainment capital of the world and home to the running rebels of UNLV. We've got a sensational matchup for you. Fans have been filing in and getting ready for this game. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the UCLA Bruins, taking on a team from the Mountain West, the UNLV Rebels. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Bruins will kick it away first. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So UNLV's offense will have first crack at this one. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Fires to the big fella. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if you can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Looking to fire. Grabbed in the middle. It's Thomas. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. And the Rebels will line it up on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Fires to the tight end.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the
all down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Rebels pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Looking to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Gums. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on 2nd down. They'll run play action. Fires to the wideout. Working that left side. Gets it inside the 5. Down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
That's a great example of this quarterback having intense confidence in his own arm talent. That was not an easy window to throw into, but he had the ability, and he knew it.
They want to throw it. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels! Fired in from the red zone for the score. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Coming out with it, it's Flores. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. So the UCLA Bruins offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And we've said many times that tight end is the quarterback's best friend, but the last time these two played together, you could make the argument it was even more than family. It was like that being there as a friend who sticks closer than a brother, David.
It was really impressive. I mean, they put up big numbers. It seemed to work every time he looked to the big fella. He delivered. So, elite 1-2 punch. Jesse, how do you slow that guy down?
I mean, you just got to pick your matchup poison, honestly. You can put a safety against him and try to take advantage of the speed, but he's not going to be big enough to match up physically. If you go linebacker, you're not fast enough. So, mixing and matching the looks, I think, is the best chance this defense has.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Oh, they dial up on second and a long way to go. They just keep firing quickly to the tight end. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. The Bruins headed quickly to the line. To throw, it's Iamaleava. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Turning it on! And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44. And the Bruins are marching down the field.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush.
He's running free down the middle. Touchdown, Bruins! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him. The extra point here would tie the game.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Rebels offense is back on the field. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And that is priority number 1 for defenses. Get to the quarterback, affect him, get hits on him. They do it right here, get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
Snagged in the middle, it's Thomas. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. And the Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab, it's Thomas. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Quarterback just trying to spit it out to his running back in the flat there, but the defender all over him. As soon as he caught that football, he went down for a loss.
Wants to fire on second down. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
That quick slant is a hard ball to adjust to and make your quarterback look good. If you throw it behind me and I'm coming down the line of scrimmage, I really don't have a chance to adjust and try to make my quarterback look good. He's got to miss that thing low or high.
And the defense, they've got him at the 27. The Rebels will send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Hand goes into the air for the fair catch, and the catch is made around the 40s. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. Quick release by the QB.
Man, this guy's closing in quickly on 100 yards receiving. We're not even out of the first quarter yet. We knew he was going to be a big part of the game plan, the strategy, but every time they've looked his way, he's been making...
Intercepted! Oh, what a play!
Defensive backs have tough jobs. I mean, you think about whether you play nickel, whether you play dime, whatever it is, you put more DBs on the field. It's more speed. It's more guys that can cover, but they also got to cover that ground. But to cover the ground and make the pick, a lot of times you don't see that. Superb effort by that guy.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit.
Breaks into the open. Discards him with the stiff arm. They make the stop, but not before he wraps up this first period with a huge gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. So first down here as they go back to work.
Let's go.
Quick pass on the fly motion. They get him before he gets started this time and knock him down in the backfield.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers.
And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Vegas.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Toledo is ahead in this one. This team plays a hard-nosed brand of football there in the MAC, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 13 over Western Kentucky. That's where things stand right now, and of course, if the script is flipped, you will hear about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. He'll pull it on the read. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Bruins want to move quickly. Looking for a man. It's Iamaleava. Lets it fly. He's got it down the left. Oh, there were a few steps there. He was thinking touchdown, but they finally get him down after the big pickup at the 25.
All right, defense, I don't know what you're drawing up, but that wasn't it, okay? Wide open wide receivers, miscommunication, whatever it was, got to get that fixed.
Oh, he's got some space. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now. And the Bruins will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. He'll do it himself. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, UCLA!
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option. You've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied and the timeout is gone. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they tacked on the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he's not going to take the touchback. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might going to take a shot. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. And the Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. And they're not on the same page there.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have a chance to be complete.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Hauls it in. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole, and the quarterback going stride.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
And these short yardage situations, it all comes down to the up front. Like, who can win the battle up front? Can you get a hat on the hat? And they do. This offensive line, they get on the D-line, they create just enough space, understand short yard situation, fall forward, and get a first down.
The Rebels kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Wants to throw on first down. It's complete on the right side. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
To the air on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Bradley. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. They'll say he stepped out of bounds right at the 17.
And a nice crisp run. Great job. Maybe expecting pass, in 2nd down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the first down.
And the Rebels started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
Pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
The Rebels have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Back's going for the goal line. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. And after that strong play on first down, they're right on the cusp of a score. 2nd and goal. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
3rd and goal, where the strong come through. Off the play fake. Steps away to find some room. Touchdown, UNLV. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, What adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
UCLA, 14.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Back to throw, it's Iamaleava. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. Finds his tight end. Across the 25, he's got room. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one. Looking to throw on first down. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Looking downfield very late in the half. Got it behind the line. It's Cox. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
You know, this linebacker is a special player because not only is he good making tackles in the open field, this guy can cover. And you saw a great example of it with that running back.
They'll go back to the ground. He breaks a tackle.
I love the awareness by the defense there. Third and long, everybody in the building thinking this is going to be a pass. But up front, they were very, very aware that they might see run. They did a really good job playing with their eyes. They rally to the ball, they get the TFL, and now they set up fourth and long.
They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Quarterback may change this route. To the air on first down. Got his man quickly. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They'll immediately call timeout. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking to throw on first down. Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful first 2 quarters of football there today in Vegas. And these two defensive game plans have been shredded a long time ago. Feels like it's just hang on and hope for a tip or overthrow or maybe a fumble from these QBs. Elite passers and dynamic rushers. Used to be you had to stop one or the other. Here in this second half, the challenge will again be twofold. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas inside Allegiant Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the Rebels will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Back to throw, it's Iamaleava. They'll run the screen. He'll be dragged down right at the 19-yard line. It'll bring up fourth down. The Bruins will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. A little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He'll slide and avoid the big hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Rebels will snap it on 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Quick strike complete. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get two bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Makes the catch. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. And the Rebels have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. They moved him forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. They'll run it left, looking for the end zone here. And this defense is defending its goal line. Back-to-back stops right in the shadow of their own goalpost. After getting nothing on the last play, will they try to throw it into the end zone on 3rd down? Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Touchdown, Rebels. The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
Well, I know it's early this season, but it's obvious already. This guy is a major weapon in this offense. Had 2 touchdowns in his first game. He's now on the board right now. What a difference maker and a playmaker he's going to be this season for this offense.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. SMU rolled to victory today in a game where they not only capitalized on opportunities, they created them. And that's the way this coach wants them to play every week. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And the Bruins in the hurry-up. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
Grab near the sticks. It's Flores. He's going to have enough to pick up the 1st down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the 1st.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds. Guys, this offense is already reeling down. Multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Throws to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time.
Who says defensive backs don't have hands? Nice job breaking on the football and making the catch. A lot of times you see guys swat it down or you see them trying to catch it. It looks like they have 2 left hands. Defensive backs don't catch real well. Nice job breaking on the football. Nice job securing the INT and actually catching it.
Got it in the middle. It's Thomas. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I think that shows you the experience of the quarterback there. His primary target wasn't open, so he didn't panic. Even though he was getting hit, he was still able to find his check down and find some positive yards.
Quickly out to the tight end. Allowed and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business. from the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. They'll try the run. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Pocket breaking down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Yeah, this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on it.
Touchdown, Rebel. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
This coaching staff was trying to identify playmakers on offense early this year. How about the start of the season this guy has had? Scored in their first game. He scored early in this one. Defenses up to this point don't have any answers for this guy.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. The run from the shotgun. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through 3 quarters for these 2 guys.
UCLA 14.
Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. The Bruins in a good spot here with 2nd and short. To the air. It's Iamaleava. Makes the grab. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 30. And the Bruins come to the line in the hurry-up.
You coming into this game, if they throw completions and get 1st downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
The Bruins are on the move.
Yeah, and you've seen these curl routes. This is a timing route. Understand the ball's got to come out of my hand right when he hits the top of that curl. Nice job by the QB finding him. Nice catch.
And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Wants to keep it in the air. He makes the grab. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Makes the grab on the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Right on the money. Lowers those pads. Touchdown, Bruins. A great catch and run for 6.
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the fourth. They'll line up for the onside kick. Great place to start for this offense. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the...
There he goes! All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
One of the things you love about this running back is his physicality. He's got great size, and because of that, he can wear defenses down. Those 2-, 3-, and 4-yard gains in the first and second quarter, they become big gains late. Guys don't want to tackle him, and you're seeing that now.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The give to the single back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. A manageable distance on third down as they try to convert from the 20. From the gun, wants to pass. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And I'm not surprised they're letting him throw the football down here near the end zone. Like, that dude's been really, really good. And you can trust him. They trust him in this offense. Great job by this defense playing the pass, breaking on the football, and making sure he doesn't get another touchdown.
He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it up to 12. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Rebels will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what...
Touchdown, Rebels! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
Yeah, and with that score, you start to get excited because you can feel the momentum starting off 2-0. I mean, you got to finish this one off, but there's a great chance you're going to. But this season has started just like you've wanted it to. Now just keep climbing. See how high we can get in these rankings.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And he'll bring it back. And the returner will be brought down. Looking to throw, it's Iamaleava. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Looking downfield on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Thomas. And he uses the stiff arm to push his way past the sticks and pick up the first down. And the Bruins want to pick up the tempo. Wants to throw again. Complete with conviction on the crosser. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Finds the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game. But the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
And it's all about coachable moments, and obviously they have not had a ton of success throwing the ball in this game. But as a coach, I think you're just looking for positives, like that play right there, even late in the game. Taking your steps, making the right read, an accurate throw, positive plays that you can build upon offensively for the next game.
They'll throw on 3rd and short. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
It's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch.
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. Double time, hustling to the line to stop the clock. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Dropping back, it's Iamaleava. He's got it down the middle. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the 1st down. And they spike it and get the clock stopped. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the big fella. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. The Bruins come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Got his man. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. Got to get everyone set. They spike it to stop the clock.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Now this team has consecutive wins, and when you start expecting to find ways to win games and you expect that you will perform well enough to do so, that's really hard to stop.
It's a mindset, Reese. This team has it right now. You can tell their players trust each other. Big situations arise in games. They're looking at each other in the huddle on the sideline, expecting to make the play that's going to help them win games. This team incredibly mentally tough right now, Dave.
And you start to build that mental toughness when you start to string together positive weeks and you start to string together positive plays. Now you know you can do it. It's not, we talked about it in the offseason, oh, we want to do this. Now you're starting to execute it and put it together.